So, to get the most important information out of the way, Warhammer The Old World is going to be released early 2024 as one of the first things they release next year, and it's going to be supposedly in February based on an accidental post made by the Warhammer community on social media. If that is true, this is awesome news as it means we're going to get our hands on Warhammer The Old World sooner rather than later. The rest of the new news from the Warhammer Day 2023 40th anniversary reveals show is purely about Bretonnia, and I am very excited for this. Firstly was a reveal of new plastic kits for the Kingdom of Bretonnia, finally putting an end to the rumours and speculation that this would be mostly a Forge World product. The first of these plastic kits revealed was a Lord on a Pegasus. This can be either assembled as a Duke, a Baron, or a Battle Standard Bearer. This is a multi-part plastic kit with plenty of options to customise it and make it its own individual unique model, even if you may have one or two of them in your army. The next unit we're talking about is the Knights of the Realm on foot. This is a multi-part plastic kit which will represent a core choice for your army probably, and they look beautiful and are the main subject of the video, in the fact that the standard bearer represented in the images is in fact female. And this is awesome. It means we are getting female knights and female representation in the Bretonnians, even if it is rare. And I honestly hope this is a sign of things to come, as female knights do exist in Bretonnia. In fact, there is a very famous example of a female knight in the form of Réponse de Lyonesse, who is actually alive during the time of the Old World, so hopefully we'll get some new lore around her and maybe a new model. It would be really awesome to see. One thing I'd absolutely love to see happen at some point during the initial campaigns between Bretonnia and the Tomb Kings is a duel between Khalida and Réponse de Lyonesse. The two Queens of the Desert absolutely should and need to have some kind of duel or fight against each other in this opening narrative, whether it's in a novel or in a campaign book. We need to see it happen, especially as both are alive, both are active, and both have armies in this area. It absolutely needs to happen and would be really, really, really cool to see. Especially as it means we'd get new models for both of them, which I'd love to see as well. Following the announcement of the two new multi-part plastic kits, we have the announcement of a reintroduction of previous ones, in the form of the Pegasus Knights and the Knights of the Realm, giving us some cavalry options to use at launch. Whilst I hope these aren't the only options we get at launch, I really hope we do get to see the Grail Knights, the Questing Knights, and the Yeomen as well for those people who are inclined to field peasants. These two kits are pretty quintessential and very important, and the Knights of the Realm still have legs on them. Both kits look absolutely beautiful, and with the Knights of the Realm on foot options, you have lots of parts to kit bash, modernise, customise and do whatever you want with these kits, making for a very versatile kit bash haven for a new army. For those of you who like infantry and you like peasants, we do also have the return of two other kits which are quite important as well, in the form of the Men-at-Arms and Peasant Bowmen. These appear to be the same original kits, which still look very good in my opinion, and I'm looking forward to getting my hands on, but they do seem to have been repackaged into larger boxes, giving you a more useful sized unit out of the box straight away, which is really nice as it saves you having to buy multiple boxes. Thank you Games Workshop for making this change. And now onto a resin model, and this is the Handmaiden of the Lady. This appears to be a new damsel model. She is a magic caster. She looks very beautiful. She has a staff, spear kind of thing that looks really cool and is painted really incredibly. I'd love to know who had the patience to try and do that incredible marbling effect on the staff. This completes the range of resin models in which will form the heroes and lords for our armies, with the two battle standard bearers, the one on horse and one on foot, the paladin on foot, and the character damsel on her unicorn. I'm really looking forward to painting all of these models. I can't wait. The last unit that they've announced is the field trebuchet, which has been reworked from the original metal kit into a Forge World resin kit. This to me makes perfect sense and a very logical move, as it's a very highly detailed, very beautiful model in which you might include in your army. This is a rare unit, meaning it's not one you're going to have hundreds of in your army. This is a unit you might include 1 or 2 of at most in your army, and it's definitely not an auto-include, and one which I think a lot of Bretonnian players will skip anyway. So the fact it's in resin makes a lot of sense, as it's one which they aren't going to be selling thousands of, which is what Forge World is for. It's for those unique, weird, off-meta units which you're just not going to see every day on the battlefield, which is exactly what this unit is. I don't understand why this is catching so much flack from the community. This makes absolute sense, and I am all here for it, and I'm going to buy one, and I'm going to enjoy building it and painting it and fielding it myself, because it's a cool model, but again, it's not one which will always be included in my armies on the tabletop. So, what do you guys think of the announcements? These are really positive to me. It's really promising. The kits I think could return, have returned, and the new kits look absolutely incredible. And I'm just really looking forward to being able to rebuild the army which I lost and I love so dearly. Let me know in the comments below what you're most looking forward to and what you're thinking of buying as your first Old World army. I'd love to know what you guys are planning on collecting. I personally will be collecting Bretonnia and Skaven as my main 2 armies. And whilst you're down there typing away, remember to hit the like button and subscribe if the Old World is something of interest to you, as this is going to be a focus of the channel going forwards. I'm really hyped for this and I cannot wait to get some Old World models on my hobby desk to paint. And as always guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.